Everything ended up falling on today because of the service.
I believe so. It's kind of I knew you were right. Okay. Oh, it's a prelude. That's good. It's good to know. If you dig it, the preludes and it's all kids. A tether on the top of the dog that picked come here.
Getting this and that's so outside.
Whoa. I'll give you some moments of here. And then this other person, she's 5'5". But she's good weights. So she has strong. Yeah.
Hey, Martha. Martha. It's 10:01. When do you want to start?
Yeah, but my hair is perfect.
Read the service.
And my hair is getting more perfect.
That too.
I know.
Look, the thing when it comes around.
Every time, so they
Turn off my phone.
Long old lang syne. And I know it's the middle, well, towards the end of the month, but this was the service I had planned and I didn't have enough brain power to change it. So that's what we're going to do. 2, 3. Should old acquaintance be forgot and days belong to love? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? circle. Come on. Come on, you can do it.
My seat.
You can do it. I know it takes an effort. Come on.
So
You can come up at least one row.
Good morning. My name is Lorna Wood, and I welcome you to the Auburn Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. We are located on the ancestral land of the Muskogee Nation and housed in this building constructed by freed, formerly enslaved African Americans. We gather here with humility, honoring those who came before us. We gather here seeking, is this all right where I'm standing? Okay. We gather here seeking something larger than ourselves, a spirituality that will give our lives deeper meaning and the opportunity to join others seeking peace and justice in this world. To those of you who are visiting this morning and are looking for a safe place you can call your spiritual home, thank you for being here. We hope you will feel welcome and accepted just as you are. We invite you to join us in service to our mission, building a welcoming and caring community dedicated to challenging the mind, nurturing the spirit, and transforming the world through the pursuit of truth, love, and justice. If you are new and haven't done so, we invite you to sign our visitor log and get a name tag at the other end of the church near the greeters. We are a very active congregation, so watch the order of service, our website, and our weekly newsletter and emails for activities you may be interested in. The greeters can tell you how to sign up for our email newsletter and announcements. Now, as the bell is rung to begin our service, please silence your mobile phones and other devices. These words are by Mary Sheldon from Into Many Coming Years. We cannot know what all the year may bring, and would we heed the prophecy if we could? Bright flame, awake, send forth your shining light beyond this year into the many coming. Show us the ways of love and help and care, of justice, mercy, and equality. Illuminate unto the generations, show to the world a beacon of safe harbor. Help us to find the kindred warmth within us and among us to help make it so. We light a second candle this morning for those living. Have we lit our first candle? There we go. We light a second candle this morning for those continuing to face oppression in all forms in homes, cities, and nations. To paraphrase Mother Jones, pray for the dead, but fight like blazes for the living. Our opening hymn is number 350, The Ceaseless Flow of Endless Time.
This is another one that's unfamiliar. Gary? Choir. This one's another one that's a little unfamiliar. So the choir will sing the first verse, and then we're not going to shoot anyone who sings the first verse with us. And then second and third verses with everybody.
The ceaseless flow of endless time, no one can check or stay, will fill the past with no regret, nor future with dismay. The present slips into the past and dream like melts away. The breaking of tomorrow's dawn begins anew today. The past and future ever be in the eternal now, to make each day
One of the ways we care for each other is by sharing our joys, concerns, and the milestones of our lives. We begin with the sharing with unspoken thoughts with music by Andrew. Please come forward and drop a rock into our communal water bowl.
Cause I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yeah.
Now for any spoken joys and concerns, we kindly ask that any concerns or comments regarding AUUF operations be directed to the board members, preferably during board meetings. Our time now is for personal matters. Announcements will be heard toward the end of our service today. Any spoken joys and concerns?
I want to thank all of you for showing up. I especially want to thank Lorna, who is just amazing, which you'll see in a few minutes. But I want to take a moment to say a special someone who I think is the heart and soul of this place, and that's Laura. She goes above and beyond no matter what's going on. And I don't know how many people know, but all the things you do, and it's really appreciated. So let's give her a hand, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Randy Milius, and I wanted to give a status update from the Congregational Support Committee about the status on Robin Russell. Robin was admitted to East Alabama Medical Center intensive care on Christmas Eve for some intestinal issues. I had a chance to visit with him this past Thursday. It just so happens he's being moved to the Rehabilitation Hospital of Phoenix City. He's there now. He's in room 117. The phone number for those of you that would care to call him, and I have discussed with him, and he is very appreciative of all the well wishes, the cards and visits that he's received. And he is open to phone calls since he's out of town now, but the telephone number for the hospital there is 334-732-2200. Again, his room is 117. Visiting hours are from 9 to 7 daily, and unlike East Alabama, there's no quiet time, so you can show up anytime you want to. He is looking very much better. It's a remarkable recovery considering what he's been through so far. He's going to the rehab center basically because he has lost all his strength and energy. He told me it was hard for him to simply get out of the bed and get to a chair to rest. He's anxious about his recovery, so anyone and everyone who can reach out to him and show him some brotherly love from all of us would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
Can you send that on the listserv by any chance through the address?
I can put it all out for everyone.
Thank you.
Or just write it down or something. I'll write it down. Is that old school? Andrew, I'm old school, and I like Robin. I mean, when I got here, I was we did this RE class, and he's way cool, you know, and he'd bring these, like a possum or a hissing Madagascar cockroach, you know, like to show kids and stuff, and it's really invigorating. So I'd like to, you know, like call them up and stuff. But staying connected with some folks that maybe moved away and keep you in the groove, and like Auburn Guitar Shop, Tom O'Shea and his wife is Constance, and she's the big mucky muck. She has to wear the Spanish Inquisition robe when they have the graduations. And so their new gig is in Richmond, Virginia, and I forgot where they were, and I called them up, and we're talking about music and life and stuff. And I said, so what? He goes, well, we haven't had any water. The whole city, water was down. So you think, like we're having a hard time or something, you know, or like, you know, like it's maybe cold, or the election went the wrong way, but all of that shit. But man, a whole city, you know, with the water down would be a bummer. Or if your whole city's on fire, you know, that'd be a drag. So we're pretty lucky this morning. I'm really glad to be here, you know, with some excellent musicians, of course, and there's coffee too.
Thank you for sharing this morning. May all our joys, concerns, and milestones, both silent and spoken, be held with love by this fellowship. Oh. Okay. The moment for all ages story this morning will be told by me.
This little place.
Okay. Where's the, yeah, help me with the mic. Hi. So, all right. So today I'm going to read Squirrel's New Year's Resolution by Pat Miller, illustrated by Kathy Number. Squirrel pinned up, I think you should just look up there for the pictures, these are too small. Squirrel pinned up her brand new nut of the month calendar. January 1st, the radio said, a great day to make a resolution. Make a resolution, wondered Squirrel. How do you do that? Bear might know. She went to see Bear at the Lonewood Library. Happy New Year, he said.
Yeah.
Same to you, Bear. Do you know how to make a resolution? Is it like making a snack? Bear laughed. Resolutions are more important than snacks. More important than snacks, said Squirrel. What's a resolution? A resolution is a promise you make to yourself to be better or to help others, Bear said. When we begin a new year, we make a fresh start. Wow! Did you make a resolution? Asked Squirrel. I did, Bear answered. I resolved to teach others how to read. I'm going to teach Skunk as soon as she gets well. Oh, no, Skunk is still sick, Squirrel thought, and she hurried to Skunk's house for a visit. She forgot all about making a resolution. Skunk was sick of being sick. I'm stuck in bed until Dr. Owl says I'm better, said Skunk. I would rather be learning to read. That's my New Year's resolution. Squirrel knew how to cheer up her friend. She hid at the foot of the bed. She popped up and shouted, "Boo!" Skunk giggled. Hide and Skunk was her favorite game. Squirrel popped up again, "Boo!" And again, "Boo!" By now, Skunk was laughing hard. Just then, Dr. Owl came by. Skunk, I can tell by your laughter that you are feeling much better, he said. Now you can visit Bear. Just make sure you have a healthy lunch first. Lunch, thought Squirrel. She headed toward the Heidi Hole diner. Maybe someone there can help me with my resolution. On her way, she met Mole and Turtle. Mole was holding a map close to his nose. "What are you doing?" asked Squirrel. "Turtle and I resolved to plant a garden," said Mole. "But I can't find a good place to dig with all these trees." "Wait here," said Squirrel. She dashed up an oak tree and looked down. She spied Wildcat Creek, and on its bank, a perfect place for a garden. Squirrel scampered down and led Mole and Turtle through the woods to the edge of the creek. She helped them stake out string for the borders of the garden. "Thanks, Squirrel. I will start digging right after lunch," said Mole. "Lunch?" thought Squirrel, and she rushed away. She hadn't thought of a resolution. At the diner, Squirrel chose a stool next to Porcupine. He looked grumpy. "What's wrong?" asked Squirrel. "I resolved to be less grumpy, so I'm trying to laugh more. But I can't think of anything funny." "I can help you think of something funny. Like, why did the squirrel run back and forth across the road?" "I don't know," asked Porcupine. "Because she was nuts," like the squirrel. Porcupine laughed too. "I get it. That reminds me. What's striped and bouncy? Tell me," giggled the squirrel. "Skunk on a trampoline," said Porcupine. The squirrel laughed herself right out off the stool. Porcupine said, "That's a good one. I'll write these down." Off he went to find paper and pencil. Squirrel felt left out. Porcupine has a resolution. "Some bear and skunk and mole and turtle," she thought. "I'm the only animal in the forest who hasn't made a New Year's resolution." Rabbit came to take Squirrel's order. "Would you like to try my New Year's special?" asked Rabbit. "Sure," said Squirrel. "Maybe it will help me make a resolution. I wish I knew how." "Think of a way to improve yourself, or a way to use what you're good at to help others," said Rabbit. Squirrel ate her lunch special and thought hard. Just then Skunk came in. "I need a healthy lunch. Thanks to Squirrel, I'm feeling better." "Sit with me, Skunk Bear." "Sit with me, Skunk Bear called. I see you brought our first book." Turtle and Mole came in next. "What do you have for two thirsty animals that just started a garden?" said Mole. "Squirrel found a terrific place for it," said Turtle. Porcupine hurried in. "Do you know why Bear said caw caw?" Before anyone could answer, Porcupine said he was learning another language. All the animals laughed. "I didn't know you were so funny," said Mole. "Me either," said Porcupine. "Squirrel got me started." Rabbit said to Squirrel, "You're doing a good job on your resolution." "I didn't know I had one," said Squirrel. "Your actions are better than words. It looks like you resolved to help someone every day," said Rabbit. "Really?" asked Squirrel. "I did it! I made my first resolution!" "Hooray for Squirrel!" shouted all the animals. It was going to be a very happy New Year.
May your minds be open to new learning. May your words bring truth into the world. May your hearts know love and your hands do justice as you go your way in peace. As you go your way in peace. As you go your way in peace.
The Auburn Unitarian Universalist Fellowship is very active and vibrant, with an inspiring mission to make a difference in the world. As important as sharing our time, energy, creativity, imagination, vision, talents, and skills is, we also need to contribute financially to sustain the fellowship. You may donate online via PayPal at AuburnUUF or with Venmo at Auburn UU Fellowship. If you are writing a check, please make your check payable to AUUF. You can drop it in the offering bowl or mail it to P.O. Box 669, Auburn 36831. Whether online or by check, please note whether your donation is for your pledge or a general offering. If this is your first time with us, Please allow the offering basket to pass by. You being with us, your being with us is a gift. I share this quote from Kristen Collins. We give to remind ourselves how many gifts we have to offer. We give to remember that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. We give because we believe in music and sacred space. We give with the faith that together we have enough. The offering will now be received with gratitude.
For those of you who have never seen Fiddler on the Roof, Tevye starts out explaining that we're all like fiddlers trying to scratch out a tune to make a living. And the fiddler's on the roof, and the question is asked, how do you keep your balance? And the answer is one word: tradition. She did that with just 2 run-throughs. She is amazing. Okay, I have a copy of a letter I need to read to you. It's very short. It's addressed, Dear New Year's Resolution. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Sincerely, January 2nd. The custom of New Year's resolutions has been around for thousands of years. The ancient Babylonians would do offerings and make promises to their gods, hoping that the gods would favor them. These promises could be the forerunners of our resolutions. If the Babylonians kept to their word, the pagan gods would bestow favor on them for the coming year. If not, they would fall out of the god's favor, a place no one wanted to be. And in ancient Rome, the reform-minded Emperor Julius Caesar tinkered with the calendar, redid it, established January 1st as the beginning of the new year around 46 BC. They offered sacrifices and promised to behave themselves. For early Christians, the first day of the new year became the traditional occasion for thinking about one's past mistakes and resolving to do better. In 1740, the English clergyman John Wesley, founder of Methodism, created the Covenant Renewal Service, most commonly held on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, also known as Watch Night services. They included readings from scriptures and hymn singing and served as a spiritual alternative to the raucous celebrations normally held to celebrate the coming of the new year. That probably happened on the other side of town, right? Despite the tradition's religious roots, today resolutions are basically secular. Instead of promising the gods, people promise themselves to do better. We focus on self-improvement, which may explain why such resolutions seem so hard to follow through on. According to recent research, well, as many as 45% of Americans say they usually make New Year's resolutions. Only 8% are successful in achieving their goals. But that dismal record probably won't stop people from making resolutions anytime soon. After all, we've had about 4,000 years of practice. So, at this time, I invite those brave souls willing to talk about their resolutions they've made or not, or broken, or any traditions they either grew up on or adopted in later years. And I'm going to start. I had a high school friend that she came over on New Year's Eve and we spent the night. My folks were out carousing. They're not Methodists and all. And we both were watching the TV. Good old Guy Lombardo, I remember him. And just at midnight, we jumped up, because this is what she did, so that you're up in the air for a half a second or so, but you're started at 1 year and then you ended up in the next. It was no big deal, but it was fun. So, we've got a microphone, which I will have you turn on.
Let me do this. I can do this too.
Whatever.
I'm short. Hi, Laura here. Over at Jen Dempsey, Emily Dombrowski came up with this great idea of doing a bingo card, which is sort of like New Year's resolutions, and you put all the things. She made 25 spaces, so 5 by 5. And then you put all the things you think you would like to get accomplished this year. Just put them in randomly. You don't, and then you just get to check them off. And they want to do a blackout bingo, which means you get them all done. But you could just do them by rows and see how many rows you get done. Anyway, I made myself 2 bingo cards. And then to make sure they were very random, I wrote all the resolutions on pieces of paper, and then I picked them up without looking at them and put them in place in order. And then I looked at it, and one of them was only chores and tasks. So then I took a few of those art things. The other one had lots more art on it. And I took a few of the art things and I took a few of the others off, and then I randomly rearranged them so that there could at least be some art on one of the cards. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I haven't looked at my bingo card yet because I'm still in the process of starting a bunch of stuff. At least 50 things.
Oh, come on, somebody else has to say something.
Before my health went south this year, Terry and I would swim at the Martin Aquatic Center at 5:30 in the morning when the pool opens. We'd swim laps for about 30 minutes. And, so we had resolved to start swimming again. However, this coming week, it's going to be 20 degrees at 5:30. And we're going to be coming out of that pool with wet hair and making a mad dash to the truck. But I've got a feeling that resolution is going to get broken this week for sure.
I resolved to quit caffeine because, I feel like most people are very reliant on it, and I just decided I gotta stop. And I've been good about it so far, so yeah.
I quit caffeine once. I ended up with a caffeine withdrawal headache. Not again.
I have always made resolutions of some sort, but what I found that the greatest chance for success is they have to be very specific. You know, like for instance, if I'm gonna be more productive, I can't just say, I'm gonna be more productive. I have to say, I'm gonna do X amount of things per week more, or something along those lines. Otherwise, it's very hard for me to do these vague, general types of resolutions. So my resolution was to be more productive. And but I had to write down all these little sub points. Watch less TV, watch, do all these different things. So fingers crossed.
My boss at the pharmacy has been very good about keeping his resolutions. He's been doing it for about 15, 20 years. He resolves not to eat broccoli.
I've always done lots of cooking, but I've been trying things lately, and so I'm trying to do a new recipe every week. I'm going to make my first minestrone soup ever today, so I'm excited about it. It's good soup weather.
I'm gonna quit procrastinating. I'm just gonna start later. Okay, how about traditions? What traditions are, having a resolution?
I think sometimes we get lost in setting up resolutions that we'll finish or we're going to continue for a certain amount of time, but sometimes habits are what we're looking for. So instead of planning to do this for a certain amount of time, or I'm going to swim, or I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to quit something, I'm going to develop a new habit and have it part of my life by the end of the year. So you can continue to revisit and say, I fell off the wagon, and now I can come back a month later and keep trying to develop. So it's a commitment to improvement the entire year.
For those of you who've ever been to Weight Watchers, that's what they say too. Just pick up the next day, forgive yourself, and go on. Don't beat yourself up about it. And I resolved to make no more resolutions.
I'm so glad we're having this program today because I have not said anything to Robin, and I resolved to do that. My husband was in the hospital in the Smith unit for 2 months about 5 years ago, and every postcard, every visit meant so much.
If you've ever had anybody at the rehab in Phoenix City, it is a marvelous institution. I've known several people that have been there. You walk in, it's clean, it smells like, not quite like a hospital, but it doesn't smell yuck. It's really great.
So I used to make New Year's resolutions, but I finally decided that that was a very inefficient thing to do, and that when I would decide I wanted to make a change, I would make a change, and it would be whenever that happened. And when I was committed to do it, that's when you do it, not try to do it at some artificial time. That never worked for me. I had to be ready first.
I've made this resolution many years and I've always broken it, but maybe this year, is to keep a journal. My dad is a committed diarist, and he used to quote Virginia Woolf, who said that living without keeping a diary is like a faucet with the tap running, that it's just going, your life is just going down the drain and you're not plugging it. And I've been letting the tap run, but maybe this year I'll get a bucket under it.
When I was in junior high, I had a 5-year diary. A few years later, I looked at it. I had such lousy handwriting, I couldn't read a thing and threw it out. Any traditions you want to admit to? So how many of you stayed up past midnight? I'm proud of you. The young ones, yeah. Too old for this nonsense.
I'm just curious as to how many people here eat black-eyed peas? Who does not? What? You have bad luck.
Do you not eat it because it's green? What? So I'll start with the resolutions. I used to make resolutions, and I, like several people here, resolved not to make resolutions anymore, but just take every day, one day at a time, go from there. The traditions, so I grew up in New Orleans, and we had the tradition of king cakes starting on January 6th, the Feast of the Epiphany, and going all the way through Fat Tuesday. We would have a king cake at least every week. Whoever got the little baby that was buried in, don't eat baby Jesus, would be the one who would have the next king cake party. So when my husband and I, my husband also grew up in New Orleans, came to Auburn, we started having the tradition of having a king cake party on January 6th. And we did it for many, many years in our house, in our home. When my husband was getting sick, we kind of stopped that. It got to be really a challenge, and then COVID followed that, and I haven't really been able to do it. So I do resolve to have an in-person king cake party before Mardi Gras, which is on March 2nd, I think, something like that. It's the very beginning of March. So it gave me some extra time this year. So I will do that.
For those who don't know what a king cake is, because I didn't learn about it until 2 years ago. Please explain what it is.
Well, the king cake, it has a long history, but it's basically now a circular cake that's really more bread-like than cake-like. Inside is a small little baby Jesus that's inside of the cake. And the cake is decorated with the Mardi Gras colors, which symbolize different things. There's purple for royalty, gold for wealth, green for, I'll say prosperity, I'm not sure. When you get the baby Jesus, you will have good luck for the entire year. Or if you live in New Orleans, you will be having the next king cake party, which is also good.
Yeah, I didn't know that one. Any other traditions you want to share? That's one here.
Sylvia.
I'm not a big fan of going out on New Year's Eve. I find it depressing for some unknown reason, but I always like to cook a nice dinner and make something I never made before. And so this year I made the roast beef in the puff pastry thing, you know? Beef Wellington, thank you. My miniature beef Wellingtons, because you know that's a big dish. But I always eat the black-eyed peas and the collards and the cornbread, because even though it is a superstition, you don't know it might have some impact. So just don't waste, don't take anything for granted. You got to do it just in case.
And it's good.
And it's good.
Yeah, as you know, I'm a damn Yankee, and my husband was born and raised just down the road here. And he says, you need to get some hot gels. I said, some what? And I did see Beverly Hillbillies, so I had an idea. But what are you talking about? And he explained it to me vaguely. Just get this and this and this. Okay, fine. And he cooks. No problem here. That's my new tradition. He cooks and cleans. And I work, so I have a good excuse not to clean the house.
You saying he cleans reminded me one thing we do that I think I carried over from my brother who has spent some years in China. I mean, it is a big thing for Lunar New Year, is you don't clean on New Year's Day. You don't do laundry, you wash away the good stuff. If you do, you're in some, of course, you can take these superstitions to a level you're not supposed to shower, things like that. I just use it as an excuse to tell my wife, like, we're not cleaning today. So on New Year's Day, like, if anything you want to get done, you do before New Year's Day, and then on New Year's Day, you rest and enjoy. And some people do the, opening the door at midnight, letting out the old spirits or, stuff and letting in the good new air. You can also blow cinnamon through your doorway as an old, kind of pagan thing to bring in prosperity. You can also do that at the first of every month. But anyway, the no cleaning is a good one if anybody wants to use that.
I appreciate that. I enjoy the tradition of kissing under the mistletoe, so I was like, there's some somewhere where we go. Thank you all for sharing. Thank you for showing up. Sorry.
tradition, but my dad lived in Spain for a couple of years because he was a military brat. And so in Spain, they have a tradition where at midnight on New Year's, you swallow like 12 grapes, like all in a row. It's like for luck. And he tried to get me to do it this year, and I didn't do it, so we had mimosas instead.
I just want to second that. My son was dating someone who was from Venezuela, and they have that tradition too. And we were out, we had a bonfire outside on New Year's Eve, and we all tried to do that, swallowing the 12 grapes all at one time. It was pretty funny. And then my future daughter-in-law decided that she was going to burn all of her notes from college. So that's what was fueling our bonfire that night.
Anybody else? Last chance. Thank you.
Our closing hymn is number 123, Spirit of Life.
Look what you did with the living room.
This is one everybody knows. It's short, so we're going to do it twice. Spirit of life, come unto me, sing in my heart all the stories of compassion. Oh, in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, give me life, the shape of justice, roots hold me close, wings set me free, Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the spirits of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, give me life, the shape of justice, roots hold me close, wings set me free, Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Is this you?
Announcements.
Okay, let's do it.
Do you have any announcements, please, spoken?
There's an art exhibit over at Tendency. The theme is paper. I have 2 pieces in it, but then there's also like 50-something art pieces in this exhibit. So it's lovely. There's a reception Thursday from 5:30 to 7. If you want to come see it then, that'd be great. If you want to come see it anytime during the day, during the week, the gallery's open.
Two announcements. First of all, after service, we're having all ages RE over in the RE building. Yeah. Please get your coffee and snacks and come over and make Valentines for Valentine's Express. We've got all kinds of fun craft materials over there. And then second announcement, this coming Saturday, January 25th, we'll have a RE Reconnect event back behind the Bush Center from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It's potluck. We'll have a fire and make s'mores and tell stories and that sort of thing. So please join us.
The Humanist Potluck and Discussion Group meets tonight, starting at 5 o'clock. I don't think we have a topic yet, so it's probably open for whoever wants to initiate.
Next Sunday after service, the Social Action Committee will meet. We're going to set an agenda for the year about projects we'd like to tackle in 2025. So come with ideas about projects you'd like to, social justice projects you'd like to pursue this year. Reverend Marty's going to join us. Should be a good time. I sent an email out about this on the listserv. I got the date wrong. It's Sunday the 26th, not the 25th. But I will re-up that listserv after service. Hope to see you there. Thanks.
Oh, Sylvia from Committee on Ministry. We announced the lay ministry program last weekend, I believe, and there was an email sent out about it also. So just reminding people, you know, there's an application to fill out, and all of that material is on the listserv. And the 26th is our first meeting, and that is for anybody, not just those who have applied or are interested in doing it. So that's also the 26th. Hope to see you. Thank you.
Please stay after the service for refreshments and conversation. I made a cranberry orange gingerbread before we adjourn. If you have, oh wait, no, we did that. So that's it, please. Okay, now we'll have the Sunday benediction.
Time for coffee. There's some decaf.
There's some cool stuff. We extinguished this one, not the light of truth, the one that's unity of the passion. These we carry in our hearts until we're together again.
Sorry about that. This whole thing.
They're just mistakes. It's okay.